With the transfer window having come to a close, I'm going to have a look through every single one and see what has happened. Shane Duffy, see, this is what I mean, I didn't even know this happened. Shane Duffy to Fulham for an undisclosed fee. I think he went to Celtic at one point, didn't he? Not a bad signing at all. Very kind of quick to adapt, I'd say. I don't think he'll be used personally, but you never know. Cancelo is obviously a huge one. And I really don't know what's happened there. Apparently some sort of falling out with Pep Guardiola about his playtime, which I can completely understand when he's been probably their best player in the last few years. And now he's kind of getting shunned a bit, sat on the bench. But Pep apparently had none of it and just said, if you want to go, go. So fair enough to both parties, really. It's a new challenge. Look, he hasn't played in Germany before. He's played in Spain. He's played in Italy and obviously England. Bayern are going to love him, and we're just going to have to see on that front. Jorginho. I knew we had to get to the Jorginho thing. So all these videos coming out like,
why Jorginho is a brilliant signing.
I just think unnecessary is the word I'd use to describe it. You don't need him. You really don't. He's quite slow, he's quite sluggish, he's technically very good, but that's not how Arsenal play. Arsenal play on the front foot, quick football. Jorginho's got the passing, but unless you're going to sit him in the middle of the pitch and wait for him to bang a 40-yard pass or something, it's not going to happen. And even his penalties have gone out the window at this point, so yeah, the price tag's small and that's all well and good and you're providing cover, but he just doesn't fit the model of the club, which is a very weird move for Arteta to go for, seeing as normally it's very kind of centred to the club's values and what they want to play. For example, they got Zinchenko in, another young player, another young, very attacking, fast, quick-paced player. So, it's a weird signing to me, but I think only time will tell for that one. I don't see him starting, obviously, because Partey, Xhaka and Odegaard, you can't separate that midfield at all. Sambi Lokonga has gone to Crystal Palace on loan. I didn't know about that one either, and I haven't heard great reviews about him. Palace needed that midfield cover. Not getting Gallagher in has really hurt them, I think, and Lokonga could be the answer, but I just don't think he will, because when you look at the fact that they're playing Schlupp, it's like, really? Decore, I've heard he's pretty good, but I don't know. Still a young player, and if all goes well, potentially they could get him in on permanent as well. Keylor Navas going to Nottingham Forest is just... I'm sorry, I don't understand. I really don't understand you. I have lost respect for Nottingham Forest, for just... not for the fans, of course, but for the club, because I don't think this is any way to show the ambition to the fans. You've got to show the fight on the pitch, and that's what they did last season in the FA Cup and in the Championship as well, of course, to get promoted. And then all of a sudden, 20, 30 new players through the door, and it's not working. You can tell it's not working. It's not clicking. Emmanuel Dennis hasn't worked. You paid 25 million for him, so well done. It's crazy how much money they've spent, and I don't think it's fair on the fans to adapt to those kind of new players. Jonjoe Shelvey also went there. I've said this, very, very good leader. He'll get stuck in. It's a decent signing in terms of they don't have the leaders at the moment. They have Worrell, they have Cook at the back, but realistically, again, they get rotated all the time. So it's a case of making sure there's always a leader on the pitch. And I think Jonjoe Shelvey offers that. He offers the grit that you need from someone fighting relegation, so that's a decent signing. Harry Souttar played for Australia in the World Cup, really good player. I mean, I think he'll slot straight into the Leicester team, to be honest. It's just one of those signings that Leicester bring these players from the Championship and it just seems to work sometimes. So I don't think anyone has many worries about that. Cedric Soares to Fulham. I never understood why I went to Arsenal. Why did Arsenal sign, 31-year-old Cedric Soares from Southampton? It made no sense. And why do Fulham now want him? I'm guessing it's just kind of cover, but whatever floats the boat. Enzo Fernandez is one that we had to get to. 106.8 million according to Sky Sports, and oh god, he will flop. That's not his fault. That's a Chelsea thing. the amount of pressure these new players coming in, 21 years old I think he is, the amount of pressure he's got on his shoulders basically to carry Graham Potter through the other side of this really bad run. They're kind of filling over the cracks at the minute. Like, what happens when Kante comes back? Obviously Jorginho's gone now, but I don't know, something about it just screams to me that he'll flop. Those are the really noteworthy Premier League deadline day signings. Who is your favourite signing if you brought anyone in for your club? Make sure to subscribe, go and watch this video next, because I designed a kit for every Premier League club. Some of them even replied, so that's going to be sick, and I'll see you in the next one.